Hi Yins, how you doing today? I'm doing pretty good, thanks. It is Wednesday, August 22nd, I think. Computer says it's the 22nd. I'm going to go with the 22nd. It is Wednesday of my week off. Of course, yesterday I had to go into work for a training that was unexpected, that lasted all day, but so be it. At least my training is done for the week or for the year. My annual recertifications. So I'm happy about that. So yeah. Have you ever, I'm sure you all realize that, you know, whenever you always plan for a week, whenever you have a week off and it's at home, you always think you're going to have a whole lot more time to get stuff done than what you actually really have time to get stuff done. And I don't know why, because it's the same amount of time that you would have any other time, but time seems to fly by so much faster when you have more of it. And you want to get stuff done, and then you don't get it done. I don't know. So I had a whole lot planned to do this week. It is now Wednesday already, and I've probably gotten a quarter of what I wanted to get done. But I'm off, and it is a week. The weather is beautiful. I have the windows open. It is slightly humid because we're getting lots of rain this week. I think it's supposed to rain, but I haven't really seen any rain. But the evenings are starting to get cooler, which is nice. So some nights I'm able to have the windows open to sleep. So yeah. But the one thing is I can have the air conditioning off during the day, which means I don't have to spend the bill on the electric. Spend the money on the electric for the air conditioning. That's what I like. So my stitching, my crafting in general. I have been stitching, but most of it I can't show you because today I finished a model for a new design, but I can't show it to you yet. And that's what I've been working on for the last 3 days. So, but other than that, last week I did finish the clouds on, well, let me show you what it will look like. It's By the Bay 13th Colony Part 1, and that's what it will look like when it is done. And I finished the clouds. There's the clouds. Yay. So the clouds are done. Left side is done. Now all I have left is right of the tree. So that is moving on smoothly. Very pleased with that. And I'm storing that in my very first ever tote bag, which I absolutely love. Shout out to Evertotes. Okay. I'm putting everything away because I have a lot to show you in the non-stitching world. So I want to keep everything organized. So that is everything I can show you as far as stitching is concerned, cross-stitching. Other than cross-stitching, last night, Caroline posted the final episode in the Teach Gerald How to Knit series, and that was on how to pick up the stitches and to stitch the thumb. So on the mittens, and so I completed my mitten. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that not only did I complete my mitten, I completed 2 mittens. So I have my complete first set of mittens completely done. I actually had both mittens, other than the thumbs, done. I think I finished them on Sunday or Monday. And then whenever I was waiting on Caroline and Louise from the Fiber Friends podcast, her friend, helped her film the video, and that was super easy, the way Louise showed how to do it. So that was, thank you, Louise. That was super easy to pick up the other 6 stitches, and I finished those both thumbs last night. Took me about an hour maybe to stitch both of those, to knit, stitch, yeah, whatever, to knit both of those thumbs, and now I have a complete set of mittens that are slightly too small for my hand. But that's all right. I mean, they look all right on my hands. But if you look up closely, this part, the ribbing, should be down here, but it's way up here in my palm. So, you know, this is really more for like a woman's hand. So I could easily, or a smaller man's hand. I have very large fingers, very long fingers. So I have very long skinny fingers. So I would need to modify the pattern in order to make this comfortable for me. But I have 2 very nice, neat, slightly errored, but I'm not going to show you where they are, mittens. Actually, there's only one error, and I can find that easily, but I know where it's at, and I'm not going to show you. So, yeah, very pleased with that. My mittens. Oh, by the way, I knitted those with my Knit Picks Wool of the Andes and Forest Heather. And I'm going to get a lot of glare. There we go. Knit Picks Wool of the Andes and Forest Heather. And I think I still have 2 balls of this left, so you never know. I might knit some more. Might make me a set. Okie dokie. Or I might move on to something else, which I might do tonight. So that is all of my knitting. Now we move on. Oh, so I got a very nice, lovely envelope from Danielle Stitcherista this week, and she sent me a pattern that came out of, so firstly, if you are a magazine subscriber and you don't like stuff being ripped out of magazines, you're not going to like this. Too bad. She sent me, and this was a surprise, a pattern out of one of her magazines that she subscribes to. Thought that I would like it. And it is, there's part of it. But the main pattern is, and I'm going to do, yep, I can do it without showing you. It's called Gnomes at Home. It is a gnome sampler. I guess you could say it's a, you could call it a sampler, couldn't you? I think you could call it a sampler. There it is. So that is fun. I like it a lot. I might adjust the colors ever so slightly on some of the outfits just to change it up a bit. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to be stitching this because I think that is a lot of fun and really neat and very definitely a me thing. So thank you, Danielle. That's Danielle Stitcherista, by the way. So go check out Danielle if you, I'm sure most of you already know who she is. So thank you, Danielle. And then the big thing I alluded to last week came this week in the mail. And what is nice is that it came this week is the fact that whenever I get stuff in the mail from Europe, usually it arrives on a day I have to work. Actually, 99% of the time it arrives on a day I have to work. And when stuff comes from Europe, I always have to sign for it, which I guess is just a thing that either European Postal Service requires you to do that, or I don't know. But Americans have to sign for it if it comes from Europe. Anywhere else in the world, I don't have to sign for my mail, but European mail I have to sign for. So if I'm not home, then it goes back to the post office, and I have to go to the post office and sign for it to pick up my mail, which, you know, first world country issues, but it can be a big pain in the butt because it's out the post office that I get to use, or the post office where my mail comes from is out of the way and irritating to use. And so whenever I need to mail stuff out, either for the business or for personal use, I go to a different post office because the people are friendlier and the lines are much quicker. Usually you don't have to wait in line, and it's just a much more enjoyable experience. So I don't usually like having to go and sign for my mail. But this week, luckily, my mail that came from Europe, I didn't have to do that because I was home both days when it arrived. And yes, I said both days because I had a package arrive on Monday and I had a package arrive today. So, and they both came from the same place because xJuDesigns or xJuDesigns, which I will link below, she enabled me way too much this last month to purchase some fabric that I really didn't need to buy, but I did. And there's a couple pieces I did want to buy, and then of course she has the free shipping if you buy a certain amount of fabric or a certain amount of product cost. So of course I'm going to do that the first time, and then the second time I just saw a piece of fabric and I'm like, no, I have to have that. And then I was like, I'm not going to buy more just to get more free shipping. So in the first package, I received a nice skein of free floss. This is Little Turtle is what she calls it. Very nice green. There we go. A lovely green variegated floss. Would work really well for trees, probably. Like if you were doing like a tree scape or something like that. And then I bought 4 pieces of fabric. So the initial reason for purchasing this was I wanted to try 56 count linen. So I ordered a piece of 56 count Zweigart Kingston linen. And this is in pale drapple is what she calls it. And this is a 19 by 16 piece. A nice like light pale brown, slightly mottled, very, very slightly mottled, but you know, just a nice neutral brown. The color is pretty accurate on the video. Very nice 56 count fabric. No idea what I'm going to put on 56 count fabric, but I desperately wanted to try 56 count. So I'm going to try 56 count because I really, really like my 46 count. Okay, then, because I had to get free shipping, I went ahead and ordered a piece of 28 count Lugana in green gray. And this is a 19 by 27 piece. There we go. Pretty accurate there. No idea what I will put on it. I have no idea. But it's a nice big piece of greenish gray. even weave. Which, you know, I was just having a conversation with somebody else this week, and I really, really love Lugana. Like, it is so nice to stitch on. Actually, that's what I was stitching my model on today. That I finished stitching my model on today, and it's just such a nice fabric to stitch on. Henry that I'm working on, my full coverage piece, is on 28 count Lugana, and I love working on my Lugana. Such a lovely fabric to work with. And then, I don't know why I got 2 pieces of this, but I had to go and get 2 pieces of 32 count Belfast linen in navy blue. Love that navy blue. So I got 2 pieces. They are both slightly different in shading, even though it's not really showing up on the screen. But actually right now they both look about the same. Maybe it's the lighting. This one's slightly darker though. No idea what I'm going to put on those. And then, of course, those came on Monday. And then today, while I was home here, I was stitching, and my other piece of fabric came today. So she sent me a free piece of 46 count Bergen linen as a gift. You know, I like my 46 count. Of course, this is only big enough to do like a little ornament or something like that. It's quite small, but still, that is a lovely piece that I could do something on. And this is what I could not pass up when I saw it on her store that day. This is a 32 count Lugana in dark sand, a 19 by 27 piece. Look at that. So it's like a brown with golds in it, but in certain lights it does look a little purplish. So just to, you know, but I absolutely love those gold specks. And this is not my typical fabric, people. You know, I don't go for the horribly modeled fabrics, but I mean, look at this. And I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to put on this, but I'm not going to tell you yet because I'm not 100% sure. And if I do, I might have to get a hold of Judy and let her know that I need a bigger piece, if she can do that. So we will see. So that is what I got in the mail today. Love it. So thank you, Judith. And if you haven't already, go check out her fabrics and flosses. And also, I did a Confessions of a FlossTuber video with her on my channel back in May-ish. So you can check her out to get a little bit more information on her store, and her business. So go check that out. That is all I have for you today. I have no idea what I'm going to stitch next. I thought I was going to be working on Henry. That is obviously not happening this week. And I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen the rest of the week. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen this week. I don't have any specific plans as far as stitching is concerned. So anything is possible. But as far as knitting is concerned, I think I'm going to be doing a test swatch tonight for a new project. Yeah. Other than that, I hope you are all having a wonderful week. I hope you have a wonderful week to come. I will be back on Saturday for a Stitch With Me video for an undetermined project that I'm going to be working on. I don't know what I'm going to be working on yet. And next Wednesday's video might be on Wednesday, might not be until Thursday. I have some plans next week, so depending upon what's happening, it might be delayed. So if you don't see me until Thursday, don't freak out. Other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and don't forget to always be creative.